I want to see it this game as well. Something that Ursa does not like to play into is silence. It gives them more burst potential, but this Tiny needs to pop off.
Yeah, so we'll see what the Tiny can do, and you take a look at these odds brought to you by esportsbet.io, and they've been different each game, and I think they got a little bit more respect in the odds in the second game after that victory, but now back down after what was a quick win in that second one for Gaimin Gladiators. And you were talking about Duraccio, and on this Ursa, obviously it's a lineup that really wants to play around that first Roche and that first Roche timing. We see it a lot with Ursas where you're trying to get maybe like a 13 to 16 minute Roche if you can pull it off. So we'll see where the timings land here for Gaimin Gladiators if Ooredoo Thunders can find a little bit more luck and skill coming into the laning phase that gives them a chance to go mid-game and potentially throw that time clock out of whack.
Pretty much. And it's also Nature's Prophet who does unlock Roshan as well. It's not like they need it, but it's also one of the Ace's better heroes. His performances have been top-notch. I want to see the item build that he's going to go for, whether this is going to be Aghanim Scepter build, if he feels he needs a bit more control. Good against Phoenix, good against Naga and the Illusions, and also the Gleipnir BKB. Once they hit their BKB timings, damage output from Ooredoo is going to be very, very limited. And these are the heroes that want to buy BKBs.
Yeah, we've talked about Ace. We were even talking about him on the Nature's Prophet in the first game, just more like that's the hero that he plays when he's almost going to like carry from the off lane, right? We've seen him have two different builds with this hero. We've seen him be top of the net worth for Gaimin Gladiators with the Nature's Prophet at times. So, like you said, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of build he wants to go for the Prophet and up against the Naga Phoenix lane with this Tusk. I could definitely see them being aggressive if they find the right opening.
Most definitely. I see Tofu starting with Snowball, Boots of Speed, wants to be able to close the gap. Even used Snowball on the Illusions to find with the real Naga Siren, deal some damage to Phoenix as well. Since Ice Shards got nerfed in terms of the cast range, it's a pretty big nerf. 400 extra range, definitely really good to set things up, and we already see at this bottom lane, they are putting pressure on Ursa, which is not uncommon. Like level 1 Ursa, not that strong. He's getting harassed, especially against this Rubik Tide lane. I want to see if Tidehunter decides to put a point in Gush at level 2 to have a bit more kill presence, because if he has Gush, one of these heroes is going to die.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking of the same thing, and I feel like it would benefit them to get an early kill on Duraccio and make his lane a little bit more uncomfortable, and he's just a creep away from grabbing that second level. So we'll see as both these heroes will hit level 2. Telekinesis, and they'll go to the Anchor Smash. They've got some damage. They'll look for Celery. They'll get themselves First Blood, and it was with that Gush. So First Blood comes exactly how you thought it would.
It's a very strong lane, especially because they hit level 2 slightly faster. Nefrit also, his item build, 3 gauntlets plus a Quelling Blade, so his last hitting in the lane is going to be relatively easy, and I love that Omar gave him First Blood, so he will get the items, get faster to his mana boots, which means that Rubik will also have mana. Definitely not an easy lane for Duraccio. Has only 6 magic sticks charges. Looking at the mid lane, Noob doing really good. 13-5 against 9-0 on Batrider.
Is that going to sustain, though, with the levels coming in for Quinn?
I don't think you can dive Tiny unless he tries to use Avalanche and doesn't have enough mana, but you should always have mana considering you are playing with the Magic Stick, playing against the Batrider, so you can toss him away, use Avalanche, use 3-throw to slow him down. Multiple ways of not allowing Batrider to get on top of you.
So those Arcane Boots are actually going to take some time to come through onto the Tidehunter. He elected to buy the Ring of Health first before
you want to have Regen instead, and he's going to be fed some tangos on top of that. Nefrit, waiting for that level 3.
Yeah, again, 1 creep away.
Ooh, Scatter Blast used. Didn't get the last hit.
There it is, level 3. So, double in the Anchor Smash. All right. So we'll see if they get another kill. Celery, if he finds himself in a bit of a bad spot, could be hit with the Telekinesis Fabled if the mana is enough for Omar. And Nefrit just waiting for his opportunity. This lane going really well for Nefrit as he's 18-3 for the moment.
Dyrachyo is being... you know what I want to see? These carries that do build into rings of health, safe lane carries, they don't usually go for the enemy secret shop to buy ring because they want to keep the lane closer to themselves. So maybe plant a ward and one of the position 5s can maybe rotate and kill their ring of health. Just a thought.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen that even today where like you'll throw a ward on that cliff over in the jungle, and then if they catch a ward, you just dive in and try and get...
If you have some kind of maneuverable hero, someone that can, you know, do something, close the gap, Phoenix, position 5 Mirana potentially,
right,
use leap charges, kill the courier. Tiny misusing that avalanche could open things up for Quinn. Tiny now needs to be slightly more careful. Level 5, Quinn just hit level 5.
All 3 lanes for Ooredoo Thunders going well. In terms of CS. A little bit of lag coming out for Celery. And 27-5 for the Naga Siren, 25-9, 25-4. Like, this is all going pretty well. Ace, the one actually lowest on the CS in terms of cores in the moment. Kind of shocking.
I think they have kill threat on Phoenix. Naga Siren, a bit of a difficult one, especially because he decided to buy 2 raid bands. So tanking things up and also getting, I believe, Gloves of Haste on his courier. So getting power treads, going into jungle. You need to catch Phoenix mid-die with Snowball, otherwise you're not going to have enough damage. And he'll dive away.
So Corey just trying to survive here. We'll see if they are able to make a kill like that happen for the side of Gaimin Gladiators. As this Naga is free to farm at the moment, and that is not great. TU2000, we talked about him in the first 2 games with the fact that his niche is really more so range core carries than anything. But here on the Naga Siren, so far, the start is pretty perfect. So we'll see how he parlays that into something maybe a little bit better for him and his team this go-around here in game number 3. Telekinesis with the Gush, the Anchor Smash, Celery.
Good cookie.
Lands onto the tie, but they still get a kill there. Omar's got credit for it, and Dyrachyo can't do anything more than just watch.
Once you start getting more levels into Anchor Smash, you get level 6, you finish off Mana Boots, have that Ravage available. Dyrachyo is not going to feel too comfortable. Right now, he's sitting underneath the tower, farming a Ring of Health, having that extra regen from the tower. It's still not going to be enough. He's still at half HP. And that's why Dyrachyo bought the healing salve for himself.
Yeah. Needs that regen. Can't just be sitting in the lane like that. 1-1-2 now for Nefrit on the Tidehunter as he hits level 4. Ace going to go to the Sprout, but the Avalanche from Noob. He makes a rotation. He gets a kill. Tofu comes in. And what can he do to really help out? Not much. And Noob's still sitting there. Nefrit actually going to get chased by both Celery and Dyrachyo as the cookie lands on top of the Tide. They need one more right click to get the kill, and they'll do just that. So a trade in off-laners over in both off-lanes. And who do you think gets the better of it?
This is a good start because Ursa got the last hit. He went big Ava.
Avalanche toss. Ace just might die again. They've got another kill here onto the Nature's Prophet. They'll look for the snowball on a Noob, maybe in a little bit too far. Quinn, well, walking around and trying to wait for the TP to get the lasso out. He'll do just that. Noob now on the run. 5 stacks of the sticky napalm. Avalanche and the toss. Does he get a second? He does. So Tofu falls before Noob goes down. And that's well worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah, not a bad trade for Ooredoo. Quinn used lasso. He's like, with the haste, where do I want to drag him? A bit to the left, a bit to the right. Still Tiny finds an opening, gets another kill. But now Dyrachyo needs to be careful in this bottom lane. He is level 5.5.
Oh, Telekinesis, Gush. Anchor Smash trying to run the right clicks. Uh-oh, there it is. A kill on Dyrachyo. Taking out the Ursa. Just playing it a little bit too low health in this bottom lane.
Every single time a hero leaves in this off lane, someone's going to die.
Yeah, it feels like one hero alone is just not enough to survive so far. And so is here, but may want to be careful about throwing out a cookie and showing his position and getting chased. Got those arcane boots, so the mana sustained in this bottom lane for them. And with Nefrit about to hit level 6 or getting close to it, that allows this Rubik to go over towards mid and try and control this 8-minute rune. We've got 3 heroes here for them. Hoping that it's bottom, and it will be. It's an arcane rune over bottom, but Celery will just deny it. Walks in, denies it, nobody gets it.
Tiny would definitely love to pick it up, even though he doesn't have bottle. Trying to rush a Blink Dagger. We talked about Tiny's importance to have a good entrance to the game, and so far he's done a pretty good job. Third on the net worth. This is going to be a good timing on Blink. If he gets another kill potentially on Ace here.
Man, if they get another Ace kill, just back to back to back would be an awful feeling. And this is just leaving the Naga Siren a free farm up top. They do get Quinn to come over. They see this courier, and Tofu loses courier as TH2000 now on the run, but they got the TP in and maybe a little bit too far away. Tiny comes over, Wrath of Nature, the damage with the Firefly, and down goes the Naga Siren. But Kaori's here with Noob throwing out an avalanche. Not enough damage, but bottom lane, Ravage, Telekinesis is the control enough, maybe stacked a little bit too much, but it's not going to matter with that Anchor Smash damage.
Ursa, he was so close. One creep away from level 6, maybe with the Enrage, if he manages to pop it off. This is a big steal. Rubik getting level 6 before Ursa, and also Quinn. He was not fooled by that Naga Siren trick. He found the real one immediately. TA2000 tried to split the illusions up, but Quinn manages to find it. Now continues to farm up the jungle. I'd say Gaimin Gladiators are one of the better teams that utilizes Batrider as a pick. I would say same with Entity, where they know how to make stacks, they know how to play aggressive with it. And we talked about the BKB timings. Ursa going for Battle Fury, of course. Blink Dagger, BKB type of a build. And Ace, he needs to recover. So recovery mode on, going into Maelstrom. Mithril Hammer about to be purchased.
So recovery time it is. Meanwhile, by the way, Omar, he's also got himself Arcane Boots. Speaking of recovery, he's not recovering. He is very far ahead. He's doing a great job on this Rubik at the moment, the highest farm support. Arcane Boots, like you said, he hit level 6 very quickly, so he's got himself that Fire Snap Cookie. And, well, for this bottom lane, Duraccio, again, yeah, he's got that Enrage, but Cookie, Gush, Telekinesis, Fade Bolt, Anchor Smash, like, this is definitely a killing lane, and they're going to go for him bottom once again. Try to chase off these heroes, and does so successfully to survive, but he gives up Enrage over to the Rubik.
So they have potentially 60 seconds for a bit more harassment. Anchor Smash. Duraccio does have Phase Boots on, has Ring of Health and Possessed Mask, so side needs to be also careful. 8 stacks.
Yeah, is that the play, though, as Duraccio goes into the trees? Efrit, not a lot of health or mana, about to have those Arcane Boots back up, but now in the jungle, they've got the lasso, they'll have the snowball, they'll get another kill here onto the Naga Siren, and that is back-to-back deaths. Not in quick succession, but quick enough where it's really going to hurt the Naga's game, but when you see that, and then you also see Duraccio dead for the 3rd time, it's lining up to be a bit even.
Duraccio straight up not having a good time in this lane. First they force Enrage. Corey, try to get it.
Oh, yeah,
try to get out of the map. Yeah, they also have anti-Phoenix Ward to see him when he tries to use the Sunray. So, tower gone. Ace will get the last hit. We talked about Ace's recovery. Suddenly, he has the same amount of farm finishing off that tower, and now has a Maelstrom, so his farm is going to skyrocket.
Yeah, I'm going to say I misspoke a little bit, because I thought, you know, you're getting TA2000 dead for the 2nd time, and Duraccio's died 3 times. Maybe it was even. It's actually still very not favored in terms of net worth. God damn, like, that is a big split between these 2 heroes. Like, Duraccio's just not having fun at all. He's 2 levels behind as well. There's the Maelstrom for Ace, and it's kind of falling back into what we talked about, and Ace getting himself into more of a carry position with this Nature's Prophet, as we see Celery go down to Kaori with the Sun Ray after the Avalanche toss from here. So, is Prophet going to be able to carry this game enough for Duraccio to get any semblance of farm together?
Yeah, most definitely. They need to play with Tusk plus Snapfire.
Avalanche toss.
Tiny.
They have found Ace. They'll get another kill. Omar's got credit for that.
Noob needs to get a bottle for himself because he doesn't have enough mana sustain. Even though they have 2 mana boots, Arcane Ring, it's still not enough. So looking at his career, bringing the bottle and Windblaze, wants to be able to put some more pressure. Because if you don't have mana, Tiny's pretty much useless as a hero.
Can't step up on this. He's got Blink ready to go. If you come in, it's Avalanche Toss City. and Death City as well. It's already 10-5 in favor of Ooredoo Thunders. They've got Quinn TPing in. Effort's got Ravage, so coming into this is a little bit risky. They'll go to the Mortimer's Kisses, they'll go to the Snowball, they'll get the kill out of the Tide before he's even able to get the Ravage off. So well calculated by Gaimin Gladiators despite the risk factor of that Ravage. They may even want more in Omar, but don't chase up the steps. Don't quite have that vision to do that safely.
You're tanky as Tidehunter, but not as tanky against this overwhelming magical damage. Batrider, Firefly, they block him off with the shards, Snapfire, ulti. They're still gonna get these team fighting items. Snapfire, I see Celery going for mech, and trying to get some farm as well.
BKB almost finished for Quinn too. And that's where he's gonna feel pretty confident running after these heroes, right? But is BKB timing alone for him really the confidence booster, or does he need a +1 with him?
They have nothing to stop him from getting in unless they get the first jump.
Yeah, Avalanche toss back to the team. They've got the telekinesis. Flame Break's not going to push him far enough away. So Omar's got a kill on Quinn. That'll slow his farm down for the next 30 seconds while he still looks for the BKB, and this should be a dead tier 1 mid.
Tiny will try to finish it off. Nefrid this time around. Ravage plus mech available. Tofu will throw ice shards, but nothing's gonna happen after that. Noob, again, making a move, trying to find something. Ace, I see his item build going for Mjolnir next. He wants to be able to deal with Naga Siren illusions. If he dies once, he's probably gonna switch it to BKB.
Would you rather him just do that now? Just go for the BKB now?
He can still keep things open, see how the fight's gonna go.
Stack for Celery. And got it. Big fan. Big fan of supports doing things like that. It's one of the most exciting parts of the game for me. Which is weird. But as a support player, I always find it nice when you can get those double stacks, or back when the maps were a little bit different, triple stacks. Avalanche toss, Celery, you got the stack, but, well, they're going to stack another death on that count. So, Noob got another one.
Duraccio still needs time. He's about to finish Battle Fury in 600 gold. This is his farming tool. He also has those stacks that you talked about, but these stacks can also be taken out easily by Naga Siren, Tidehunter. Like, even Tiny can steal the big stack. Giga lag again, it seems.
Yeah, it's kind of been that way. So a lot of camp stacked here for Gaimin Gladiators.
Only 4 on Ooredoo Thunders. They do have Naga Siren, they do have Tide, so a bit surprising that they didn't. I mean, one of the reasons is Ace, this has been his thing. If you check the dire triangle, he's been blocking the camp, so you can't even farm that. So he's very annoying to play against.
That's not cool. Using those treants to get those successful blocks, and you can see camps are empty. Nobody home. Nobody re-signed for the next summer to go to summer camp. So bottom tier 1, 14 health, and dead. There it goes. So that's going to be another tower here for TA2000 as he's building into the heart. Then goes Butterfly and looking at a Hex. We'll see if he's able to get the farm and how quickly. As Tofu, telekinesis, thrown to the cliff. So he'll snowball down to the low ground, go after Omar. Walrus Punch up into the air. Meanwhile, there's a lasso. It's going to be on a Noob. They might be able to get themselves a couple of kills, but the Walrus Punch turn around into Duraccio won't do anything for them because Noob is still dead.
Still a 4K gold lead for Ooredoo Thunders. Gaimin Gladiators getting a pick off. Quinn about to finish off his BKB. Looking at Naga Siren, her items. I guess he wants to be able to sustain, survive, getting that heart as his second item. I'm not a big fan of Butterfly on Naga Siren, especially in this situation. You are already playing into Maelstrom, which does proc evasion. And you also kind of saying, Ursa, can you buy MKB? This is the item that Ursa loves to buy. He farms it extremely fast. All it takes is one good fight and 2 minutes, and he's going to have it.
Celery, telekinesis, Sunray, with the Walrus Punch coming in from Omar. They'll get the kill there. They still the Scatter Blast. Duraccio running in. Gris dive away, and Noob, blink, and the toss. Thinking about the Ravage. Pump fakes it for a second. They've got the shards. It blocks in 2. They're going to come forward. They'll go to the Ravage, but the BKB's been popped by Quinn. So he's turning around, looking for Noob. Supernova, they don't exactly have egg scramblers, so they're going to run away from this one as Quinn goes down to the low ground. Dyrachyo will join him back towards the back end of this triangle.
What a beautiful play from Gaimin Gladiators. This flame break pushing Nefrit away so he can't connect on Dyrachyo.
Gush thrown over onto the Ursa, jumping in. Look at the damage with the Wrath of Nature being thrown forward by Ace. These heroes are together. They'll go to the Sunray. Icarus dive away, but Nefrit, he needs to be careful. They'll go to the Song. That lands on 5 and allows Ooredoo Thunders to start to run.
This could be a Roche. I want to see if Gaimin Gladiators want to take this fight. No Song, no Ravage, no Supernova. How are they looking in tag team department? Only 1 point in it so far. I feel like this is the opportunity for them. Like, they don't have to do it straight away. They might go for a smoke, get a kill, get a pick off with Lasso.
Avalanche toss onto BKB. Sunray, Flame Break, not enough. So Telekinesis will hold him in that Sunray and they'll burn him out. They're still looking for more. Noob's just walking forward as the Guardian Greaves coming through from Nefrit to kind of heal up a little bit, but they go to the Mortimer's Kisses and the Snowball. Do they have the damage? Now the Mortimer's Kisses. Tofu's going to die, so they've lost 3, and that might just end up being, well, Ooredoo Thunders controlling the Roche Pit, controlling the pace of this game to where Gaimin Gladiators really aren't going to get their hands on an Aegis for a while.
Omar with some big steals, keeping Scatterblast for a very long time, and now holding on to Mortimer's Kisses. Like, this is the easy spell to steal if you have vision of Snapfire, but Scatterblast, a lot of burst damage. Fate Bolt, let's see what Ace is up to. Yeah, he decided to switch to BKB. We'll definitely get full Mjolnir after this one. Like, they want to have something to deal with the illusions. Ursa's talents also do help. Extra 20 seconds, Furious 5 reset time, and also Earthshock that applies to Furious 5, so you know which Naga Siren illusion, which one is real, which are the illusions. Butterfly, next on the menu, as we said, after finishing off Heart of Tarask, which is very close.
Yeah, let's see if he commits to that. What's really the potential for Roche here for the side of Ooredoo Thunders? Is they're going to get another kill on Accelerate. Like, they took a fight like that. They're not exactly the best Roche-taking team. So, as long as they keep it out of the hands of Gaimin Gladiators, because they've kind of missed the timing on that first Aegis that they would want on Ursa, I think everything's okay, even if you don't get the Aegis yourselves, right?
Yeah, if they had a different lineup, if they had, like, one good hero that takes Roche, they could have potentially forced it, especially now that Ravage is up, but their heroes are kind of bad against Roche. Noob finishing off his Aghanim Scepter, 3 Wally. That's going to be a big one, and also very easy to use. Like, you can use Sprout as a tool to deal damage.
Oh, Quinn forced to use that BKB. Sunray on him, and that was because of the Yules that came out from Kuori. And that kept him close enough where Noob TPs in and is able to blink Avalanche. So BKB to disengage. Quinn, that BKB now down to 7 seconds, and he hasn't really benefited much from the usages.
Needs to be a bit more careful, or he needs some kind of follow-up. Ursa still doesn't feel too comfortable playing with him because he doesn't have a BKB. And I'm glad that like, usually as Ursa, you want to have Battle Fury, Blink, which is... It does allow you to go for the kills, but this time around he realizes that BKB is much more important, where he can go in, survive, potentially jump this Tidehunter with Snowball and kill him. Ace does have a BKB available. This is position 5, trying to make something happen.
Tofu, meanwhile, dead over mid. They also use the Song. It's on to Quinn, who doesn't have his BKB for 30 seconds, so they'll throw out the Ravage, and Quinn just disintegrates in front of their eyes. They also get a kill in the Celery, so another 3 kills here for Ooredoo Thunders as, well, everything is just going their way throughout this entire game. And now they're into Roche, which is the big one, because if you're able to take this away from an Ursa lineup, things start to get shaky on the game plan.
It seems like Gaimin Gladiators, they're not going to go for this, and eventually you are going to have enough Roche damage to take it. You have enough sustain. Naga Siren with Illusions, with Heart.
Look at the damage Ace is taking.
Kuori has been so annoying, and he also doesn't care too much. Never mind. Gets blasted. Wrath of Nature, Snowball, Punch. It's going to be enough. I guess he thought, I'm okay having Yule Scepter. I can dive. I can Yule Scepter myself, but got surprised by that Snowball Punch plus from Tofu.
Arcane Rune spawning bottom. So we'll get denied by the Treant that was sitting there. We've got Noob looking for a jump. Jump, avalanche toss, tree volley. Dyrachyo never had a chance. Back to hibernation for him.
Another beautifully executed gang from OT. Avatos combo, Omar, Shards Fate Bolt, and 3 volley. So even if he uses Enrage, still like the damage is gonna be.
And they found another avalanche toss. Tofu on the run.
Free throw. We'll dodge it.
Snowball back
Blank
towards Noob.
is available.
Ooh, pig pull. But Sunray's there, burning, not burning enough.
Celery also had mech available.
Yeah, he uses it. The avalanche comes in, and they're able to keep Tofu alive. It was close, but just like in horseshoes and hand grenades, close doesn't really count. So 9K lead with Dyrachyo still trying to get into the BKB. He is just a 250 gold away from that. Ace has finished off the Mjolnir. Quinn's game, though, has slowed down a lot.
By a lot. Like, he died 2 or 3 times in a row. His item progression doesn't have much. He had a good timing on BKB, and in the last, I'd say, 6-7 minutes, managed to only farm energy booster and 1,000 gold.
And not much for this Batrider, who I think for many were expecting to kind of get out of the gates rolling, and feels like it's slowed down on this back end leg. Dyrachyo again might be in trouble. Tori throwing some fire spirits forward. They've got the Yules off the Icarus dive. Nefrit, well, he's got help from Noob. So Sunray on top of this Ursa. Nowhere to Icarus dive, but he does have the Guardian Greaves. They'll go to the Supernova. He'll try to pop the egg, but instead he'll get himself popped by Nefrit. And, well, he's dead for 45 seconds, as that's going to be the 5th death here for this Ursa.
Farming so aggressively. Does have a BKB, so might try to surprise him in the next fight because he didn't show it. And this is something that Nature's Prophet players have been doing. They set a vision in the enemy triangle and try to get something done. And I just saw Omar scouting things out and also drawing on a mini-map. He's like, Nature's Prophet is somewhere. He needs to farm aggressively. He needs to find some farm, needs to risk things.
Oh, Courier.
He just got scouted.
Gets scouted, TP's over, and out. They've got the snowball on the TA-2000, Sunray, as he does hit this Naga Siren, but they have the ensnare, and they'll get the kill on Tofu. This time he's not getting away with the snowball on a blink attempt. And that is another hero dead for 45 seconds. This is really not going well. They'll look for the Mortimer's Kisses. The first few miss with the lasso coming in. They go to the Ravage. That'll stop the Kisses. The Fade Bolt coming through from Omar. And they've got Noob over to the side. Look for the Avalanche. Lands onto 3. They get the kill on a Celery, and they'll look to follow this up with one on Dyrachyo. It's 3 heroes dead for the side of Gaimin Gladiators, with BKB running out on Quinn as he TPs away. But this has been all Ooredoo Thunders, and they do not look like they're taking the foot off the gas at all in this game.
Yeah, look at the damage done. 5,000 damage dealt by Tiny. Full combo, 3 volley. And this is also 3 volley with no Echo Saber because he completely skipped it. He opted to go for Blink Dagger first into just straight up Aghanim Scepter. Now going into BKB. Imagine the damage once he gets just a casual Crystallis. And looking at the damage, almost 20,000 damage done by Noob. We'll finish off this bottom tier 2 tower, which will allow them to take the outpost, which they already did after finishing off tier 2 tower on a mid lane. Looking really rough for Gaimin Gladiators.
Yeah, I mean, the game plan just gets thrown out of whack when you don't have that early start and that early Aegis, right? And with Dyrachyo dying so many times, his game is kind of flattened out to really a flat line. And he's down so much compared to the Nagasar and getting
doubled
his net worth. Yeah, that is excessive.
Nowhere near his MKB, like not even close to Blink Dagger, so looking really rough for Dyrachyo.
Yeah, you can see the odds brought to you by esportsbet.io, 1.05 for Ooredoo Thunders. I mean, these are the kind of odds that were pre-game for Gaimin Gladiators. Like, that's how insane the shift is, and I don't want to say this game is over, because it's certainly not, and I've seen bigger comebacks, but Dota Plus likes to think that it might be. this would be putting the division on notice.
Yeah, Gaimin definitely disagrees with you. Only 4% win rate for Gaimin Gladiators. They do have Lasso, so siege the high ground. You can isolate people with Ursa. Nature's Prophet, heavy amount of right clicks coming out from him. So gotta be careful. There is Tofu. I saw him going for
Quinn.
He looks very dead.
And he will die. That is another kill onto Quinn, and not much he can do in a situation like that.
Yeah. I saw Tofu going for 4-step, but I think getting Aghanim Scepter is going to be much better because it does allow you to have some kind of comeback mechanic, and he did manage to farm a decent amount of gold, so might decide to switch and get Aghanim Scepter instead.
This is just continuing to go one direction.
TA2000 has enough gold to buy Hex, so
that's...
You try to split push, you're gonna get punished. He might even get solo kills. If he has illusions ready with Butterfly, damage output is gonna be pretty nuts.
Corey's over here, and he's trying to get scouted by Dyrachyo, but there he goes off the map. Very balanced, very fair. Turns back into the map. Doesn't actually end up leaving. Nefert's coming over. Dyrachyo's nearby, and you need to be careful, because Corey's right here. So they've got potentially some sustained lockdown if Dyrachyo's not too careful with the Ravage into Supernova if it pops, but they just kind of miss him. Ships in the night, as TA2000's also nearby, but Dyrachyo hasn't exactly left yet. So Icarus dive, this might set up for a Yules. They're trying to chase, they're trying to get some ground, and now the Sunray over the trees. He doesn't really have time to TP out, so Telekinesis, Avalanche in, and Dyrachyo's gonna pop the BKB, the tree volley's thrown out, and they'll get another kill onto the Ursa. So he tries to just buy as much time and get as much gold as he can, but he still ends up dying. And now Ace is gonna get run down here by TA2000 with Noob's help. And this is just two massive kills that continue to knock down Gaimin Gladiators.
Noob is everywhere. If Dyrachyo wanted to TP out safely, I guess you don't want to risk it. You don't want to pop a BKB immediately, but once he saw people being around him, you gotta use that BKB and TP out, because they don't have abilities that go through magic immunity. Noob has been all over the place. Like, he's so active. Same goes for Omar. Omar, 8-0 and 13. Didn't die a single time on Rubik, which is insanely impressive.
Yeah, very impressive game for him, and really the entirety of the team at the moment. From Talbert picked up for the Tidehunter. TA2000 is going to start to siege this top tier 3 with these illusions. And there isn't quite an answer yet, as Ace is still looking to respawn.
Someone needs to deal with this.
Or his tower's just going to die. There's another Roche in a minute 20, and we've said it before, like, Ursa lineups, first Roche, okay, you don't get that, but if it's first, second, and you're down by a bit, the game kind of checks out a little.
Yeah, they're way too underfarm at the moment to contest Roshan, I believe. Tofu, this is going to be a big one. I talked about his Aghanim Scepter. I think they should give him farm priority. If he manages to get the kick, does have Psychic Headband, so extra cast range is going to be huge, plus Lasso underneath the tier 4 towers. Get him farm. He can also like sell Fluffy Hat potentially if he feels like the one fight's coming.
Ooh, Ace caught again. That Hex coming in clutch, and they'll get another kill out of the Nature's Prophet.
This Observer Board in their own triangle, providing them vision for
BKB.
Nature's Prophet.
And the disarm on Dyrachyo, so not putting that constant damage on an Efreet, using that Ogre Seal Totem to jump forward, but they've got the Ravage, they'll go to the Supernova, there's nobody here to pop the egg. Mortimer's Kisses, they are using everything here on Efreet, they're still not getting the kill onto the Tidehunter, they've also killed Quinn. So no Lasso, no control, down goes Tofu. Celery hit by the Telekinesis, you're not going to be using that cookie to jump away, instead you'll be dead once more, and that's 4 heroes dead on the side of Gaimin Gladiators.
Roshan just respawned, but they have better buildings to take, better objectives, and now with Naga Siren and Tiny, you have way enough damage to kill, I'd say, 2 sets of barracks. Gaimin Gladiators, they're kind of inside their base, stuck. I want to see Tusk disassembling his Arcane Boots, selling the mana component, and buying Aghanim Scepter, because I don't think they have another fight.
We've seen how strong the Fountain can be. How disruptive to victories it can be. Down 22,000, it's a pipe dream, that's for sure. As they're going to head back towards Roche.
This is a free Roche. Dire are using a scan. They were afraid maybe that Nature's Prophet is gonna try to do it with Ursa. So 2 sets of barracks, double damage also spawned bottom. Naga Siren sitting on 5,000 gold, thinking about what she wants to buy. I see a nullifier, so those 4 staffs, there aren't any at the moment, so very good analysis right there. Lacoste, it's also great against Ursa, where you remove his overpower. It's also great damage item on Naga Siren. Might change his mind if he feels like, oh, I need something to deal with the BKBs. I'll get a Basher or a full Abyssal Blade instead.
There it is. Kick, punch, kick, punch. There for the Tusk. Let's see if he can pull it off. Double damage and Treant there. Treant there. Treant there.
Hexed him. Just in case.
Okay. Though I thought he was just going to deny it. Duracio's behind. This is super aggressive. There's the kick all the way to the team. The snowball over the cliff. They immediately go into the song. This is turning it around. They'll have the BKB on Quinn if they can get it off. It's exactly what they'll do, but they don't have the right click damage or the right clicks to really pop this egg.
Duracio's
trying to
down
run
already.
Shield Totem. He's already going to be dead. They'll go after Omar. They've got the kill onto the Rubik. That's for the first time this game. He's now 8-1-16. The chase is on to Ace with BKB. The damage is out, but the TP is successful. And just Omar dying, and that's really worth it when you've got yourself a kill on a Duraccio.
Omar saying sorry. First, that definitely needs to apologize for his performance so far. 1 death involved in 24 out of 35 kills. He's been having absolutely amazing game so far, and I don't think they have much left in the tank. Let's see the kick. You're also playing against Rubik, so if Rubik manages to steal the kick, you're kind of screwed.
Take the tier 3 bot. Looking for the mega creeps. Lasso, this is trying to line it up. They might have it. There's the kick. But can they get the kill on a TA-2000? He still has an Aegis. They don't even get the Aegis out of his hands. The Ravage, a 4-step away. Oh, no. Duraccio, you are in so much trouble, my friend. The bear is not safe. Nefrit, though, kicked into the base. TA-2000 still trying to work. Duraccio's dead. Celery is gone. And TA-2000 never even dies. Oh, boy. Snowball over, there's a kill, onto Noob. They're starting to take out these heroes, but Quinn falls too. They've got buybacks aplenty being used by Gaimin Gladiators. The Sunray on top, there goes the Aegis finally out of the hands of this Naga Siren. Will respawn, but Yule's up into the air, trying to get TA-2000 out of this one. It's a kick over from Omar, because like you said, if he steals it, you're really in trouble. Icarus dive, Mortimer's Kisses can't keep up. The stolen Mortimer's Kisses gets the kill on a Celery. Ace with the BKB trying to survive with Tofu, but there's the blink hit from Omar. The Ophar is going to be thrown forward. They've got the snowball. They'll have the control. They'll get the kill on the Tofu. They'll take out this Tusk and he'll buy back. But immediately into the song, they'll look over at Quinn. Quinn balked back a moment ago, and TA-2000 is going to go and TP away from the base, but they did secure Mega Creeps.
So many buybacks.
Back behind them, Omar, he's caught. So Ace and Quinn combined together to at least get another kill on Omar, and he bought back a moment ago, so he'll be dead for 90 seconds.
Everybody besides Duraccio used the buyback, so if they manage to get another kill, the big one is Tusk. Like, they don't want to get kicked underneath the Fountain. We still see the power of Fountain, Lasso. Gaimin Gladiators heavily investing, but they're also playing against Mega Creeps. They do have good heroes against Megas. Nature's Prophet with Mjolnir, and also Ursa with the Battle Fury.
And the power of the Fountain doing work, but they're going to need a lot more than that, that's for sure. Might need the power of friendship to show up. Or that works in a lot of animes.
I'm sorry, not familiar with it. Just kidding. I watched some Castlevania. I watched some Death Note. These are the good ones.
I was thinking a little bit more Dragon Ball Z, you know, Goku struggling,
Watch a couple of
episodes,
over. Yeah. 3 episodes out of 10,000.
Well, now they're making more with Super, so you're going to have to catch up. So, 28,000 net worth lead. Is it enough? That's the question. It's Mega Creeps, though, so it's going to be quite the struggle. And TA-2000, also 35,000 net worth. Comparing that to Duraccio, still getting doubled. More than doubled. Math is lining up.
I thought you were going to say math is not my strong side.
Everybody knows that. NA education. It's a given at this point.
Naga Siren level 24 has enough money to buy Swift Blink if he wants to. For now, might just keep things open. They do still have tier 1 tower on the mid lane. You have mega creeps as well, so you should probably invest all your money into items. If Gaimin Gladiators, if they leave the base, but I like what I see. Ooredoo trying to make an entrance from the northern part, try to find something.
Dracho, that's going to be a telekinesis as well as an avalanche. They'll try to get the kill onto the Ursa, who will stand his ground, but they've got the kick. They'll have the snowball with the BKB being popped as well as the supernova coming out. Dracho's going to try and get the kill onto the egg. They'll take it out, but they'll end up losing to Dracho, who does have buyback. Ace trying to run away from these heroes. Noob also in the base. He's a little bit in too far, and he's going to die. They get the kill on Ace. They'll take out this Nature's Prophet. He's gone for 100 seconds. They don't have buyback on Noob, so can they hold the base against TA2000 and 3 others? That's the real question. They've got the glyph. They'll clean up the creeps. And for right now, Ooredoo Thunders maybe a little bit scared about jumping in, but I say that they smoke and sit on the edge of this base looking for an opportunity to go in.
OT, they want to close out this game. Get a jump, find this Tusk, kill him immediately so you don't get kicked. Quinn does not have Flaming Lasso available. They did kill Noob. We saw kick Lasso, even bought a Ghost Scepter, but it was not enough.
Quinn taking a lot of damage from these illusions. They're going to have to use that cookie. They've got the kick, but TA2000 gets kicked right into Quinn. They go to the song. 4 heroes will set up once again. But do Gaimin Gladiators have anything left? They were kind of fortunate that Quinn doesn't end up dying in that situation, but the space is getting sieged slowly where no heroes really need to commit too heavily. They took out 1 tier 4, they'll go for the other one. The creeps are coming in. It's a little bit tough when the guy with the Mjolnir is dead and in his grave for 40 more seconds.
Seems like they're going to respect it. They're not going to go for it. There is no glyph available on Gaimin Gladiators, so they can wait it out. They can wait for next Roche, which could potentially respawn in a minute and 30 seconds. Naga, she hits level 25 in the previous fight, so less cooldown, 10 less seconds on mirror image, which means you're going to have that permanently.
Lasso onto the Rubik, into the kisses. There's the kick, but there's the Aeon Disc. They've got the snowball. They'll steal the snowball. He'll end up using it to survive a little bit longer. Celery trying to run away. They've got effort over to the side with TA2000. They've got the focus onto Duraccio. They've got the kill to the Ursa. He's dead for 94 seconds. Ooredoo Thunders are putting it together to try and beat this major champion squad of Gaimin Gladiators. The throne is exposed, the creeps are in, and so are the illusions, but they've got the kick. It's going to be onto the Phoenix. They'll get the kill on Kaori, but can they keep the Tusk alive? The Fire Step Cookie gets him some distance. He needs to get a little bit more health. Ace isn't getting hit, but Ace is going to fall with no Nature's Prophet, with no Ursa, and now no Batrider. It's not looking likely. They'll get the kick. It's on a Noob once again. There's the snowball.
But the Ghost Scepter.
Ghost Scepter to survive a little bit longer. The shards block him in. They'll get the kill with the Walrus Punch, but the throne exposed. The heroes hitting it. They'll call GG, and Ooredoo Thunders have done what little thought was possible by defeating the Lima Major champions in Gaimin.